Ever wonder how people kept food fresh before this existed? Without a fridge, a steak would rot in a single day. Our ancestors had to get creative, very creative. Method 1. Salt. It was basically the white gold of history. Salt sucks the moisture out of bacteria so they can't grow. Sailors would pack meat into barrels with layers of salt for long trips. If you didn't have salt, you used the sun. Removing water stops rot. This is how we got jerky and dried fish. The result? Food that lasts for months, even in the heat. But be warned, it was incredibly salty, like ocean salty. Salt and sun were great, but what if you lived in the cold? In cold climates, nature provided the ultimate deep freeze. By the 1800s, people were harvesting ice and storing it in ice houses. They used sawdust and straw to keep the ice from melting all summer long. But what if you didn't have ice or salt? You used bacteria. Good bacteria produce acids that kill the bad, rot-causing ones. This gave us things like sauerkraut and kimchi. And of course, the king of preservation, the pickle. Vinegar is so acidic that most germs just can't survive the dip. It changed the flavor, but it saved the food. We've salted our meat and pickled our veggies, but what about dessert? Enter the sugar shield. Bacteria hate a sugar rush as much as they hate salt. Sugar binds to water, leaving none for the germs to drink. They basically die of thirst. Ancient Egyptians even used honey to preserve everything from fruit to, well, let's stick to fruit. But what if you wanted your meat to stay juicy and savory? This is confit. You cook meat in its own fat and let it cool. As the fat hardens, it creates a seal that blocks out all oxygen. Potting was the same idea. Meat sealed under a thick layer of butter. Stored in a cool place, this meat could stay good for an entire winter. Sometimes they used everything: salt, smoke, and fat. The ultimate defense. But what happened when we figured out how to make our own cold? The 1800s changed everything. We stopped waiting for winter and started making our own cold. Inventors figured out that compressing gases could absorb heat. Magic? Science. Before the electric fridge, we had the ice box, literally a wooden box with a giant block of ice inside. You didn't plug it in, you waited for the Iceman to deliver a fresh block every week. Then came 1927, the first mass-produced home refrigerator, the monitor top. Suddenly, root cellars and salt barrels started to disappear from homes. Food stayed fresh for weeks with the push of a button. No salt required. But wait, we didn't actually stop using the old ways. Now we salt, smoke, and ferment not because we have to, but because it tastes amazing. Our ancestors' survival tricks became our culinary treasures. So next time you open your fridge, remember, it took thousands of years of salt, ice, and science to get that snack. How would you survive without a fridge? Let us know. Stay cool.